Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another session on the Marcus's Football Vlog Show, episode number 17th or 18th. As usual, we are deep in the woods. This is not a parachute. Actually, this is somebody's umbrella. I'm in a new park, and I'm like, okay, nice shades. It's hot. Everybody's melting. I even had to shave my head. Well, punk training, and I intend to keep it that way because I look nice bald. Got that, Mr. Clean. Got that. What's my boy's name? Marvin Hagler. The ladies seem to like it. Actually, when I shaved my head, I was like, man, I'm about to lose all the. The ladies won't even like me no more. Actually, they dig it. But today we're gonna keep it short. We're gonna keep it quick. We're gonna keep it precise. My apologies for the last videos I posted because they were over the time I promised you guys, which is 10 to 15 minutes. Mm, I had to make sure I had all the details about Barcelona correct before I even recorded it. So, again, I apologize for the background. I did not intend this. When I got to the park, all I saw was a German Shepherd, Pitbull, German Shepherd, a little Japanese dog, and then there was this lady with this nice Great Dane, all black, just walking in the forest. I was like, okay, let me find me a good spot to record, and apparently I found this, but I don't want to. I want to remove it, but I don't want to touch it. It looked weird, but my apologies. But we keep it raw, we keep it real. But let's begin first today with the transfer updates and the market as people are preoccupied by the World Cup. And as you know, for me, Haiti's been kicked out of the World Cup. The Ivory Coast been kicked out of the World Cup. All I got left now is Spain, and man, I wish them well, and I hope that they win the World Cup, the entire thing. US won it, I'll be happy. Canada won it, I'll be happy. Brazil won it, I'll be happy. But I really want Spain to win the World Cup. That's just my personal opinion. I'm not gonna sit there and be a hypocrite. You know me, like always, I keep it 100%. Whether I'm on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, which I barely touch, and TikTok, of course. So let's begin with some key transfers today. But before we begin, I would like to say congratulations to this man, Jurgen Klopp. Welcome back to football after a 1 year and a half hiatus since you were Liverpool's manager. Julian Nagelsmann has been fired because of Germany's early exit, and now Klopp will be taking over. Will the announcement be made after the World Cup, or will it be made in the first international break in September? I don't know what will happen, but Klopp, welcome back to football. Moving on to people doing big things right now in the game that we love. This young man here, Michael Olise, respect to you, sir. I got nothing but love. As you can see, we stacked 5 footballs on his index finger. This is a record that he has broken in the World Cup. No one has done this in 34 years. He's the first player in 34 years to have had 5 assists in a World Cup before the elimination phases. This young man is special, and I can see why Real Madrid are willing to bet a transfer on this young man for a whopping £222 million, up to £230 million. So congratulations again to Michael Olise of France and Bayern Munchen. Young man, you are the second best player on the planet on the wing. Why? I'm not being biased. The stats prove that Lamine Yamal is number one. Oh, you're a Barcelona fan, that's why you're saying this. No, I'm just saying this because of stats. The young man just make me proud. Thank you, Lamine Yamal. And but respect to Michael Olise. Respect, brother. All love. And as for the Julian Alvarez saga, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know where we at right now with this transfer. To be honest with you, I'm getting mixed signals. This morning, with the latest report on the Blaugrana News, this is what we came up with. It says that Barcelona have set a deadline to sign Alvarez. As a backup plan, Barcelona, we are in communication with Oyazabal, me I call him Oz, at Real Sociedad. The young man, 29 years old, he's been doing nothing but wonders in the World Cup. In the most recent game against Austria, I believe it was, you saw the performance. The guy is one of the calmest striker. I believe he's in the ranks of Harry Kane. He's in the ranks of the modern Hollands. Only thing is, Spanish football don't get the media attention as English football does. That's why you don't see the raw talent Spain have to offer. You don't see the pure attacking prowess like the lack of Ryan Serloff, who now is playing for Juventus. They got some gems in La Liga. Me, La Liga don't pay me to promote. The Premier League don't pay me to promote. I do it for the love of the game. But if you guys want to see some cold finishes, if you guys watch Spain's last game, a shout out to Marco Cucurella from Real Madrid. The goal is the way he just takes. Oyazabal to me is the signing that Alvarez is 26 years old. He has vastly improved. I can probably say that he's vastly improved his game under Diego Simeone. El Cholo made a beast out of him. But for me, with this current Barcelona team, I think that Ozzy is the player that we need. Julian Alvarez is what we want. Oyazabal is what Barcelona need. From Spain, used to the league, this guy with Barcelona can win the El Pachichi like 3 times. He's 29 years old. Imagine if you have a striker like this for the next 4 years. That will give you time to save money because he's willing to sign for Barcelona for 55 million pounds minimum. And between that, maximum price for him would be probably uh, 65 million pounds. That's the guy we need. Alvarez is a fantasy that we want because he wants to come to Barcelona. But the thing is, it takes two to tango. No pun intended because he's Argentinian. No pun intended because he's Argentinian, but that is, it takes two to tango. And if we're willing to pay $155 million for you and your team don't want to let go of you, that's between you and Atletico Madrid. Now the ball's on your court. You guys have until July 19th. We will not be bamboozled. We will not be pressured at Barcelona to sign him. The ball's on your court, young man. You decide. As for updates, Mikel Arteta and Arsenal are doing wonders. Perhaps I cannot say it's Mikel Arteta. It's Andre Alberta who's fully responsible, who's fully in charge. Has been hired by the Crown Case to do the biddings when it comes to searching for players. He have his own scouts team hunting players all over Europe and in North America and all over the globe, South America especially. And based on what I'm seeing right now is Mikel Arteta, well, I spoke with them. They're doing a double swoop. Morgan Rogers from Aston Villa and this young man here named Ezri Konsa from Aston Villa. I believe Arsenal is doing this as a response to Tottenham, who's been doing wonders in the transfer market with two beautiful signings. Very costly, by the way, for Tottenham because Tottenham had to pay $85 million pounds for Mateo Fernandes, and then within 24 hours, I've never seen this done before in a transfer. Kudos to Tottenham. It's not something that you're gonna hear me say often, but for the embedment and the embellishment of the Premier League, the follow 24 hours after they signed Mateo Fernandes for £85 million, Spurs went right back in the market at Newcastle United to sign Alessandro Tonali for £100 million, which has broken the transfer for a midfielder, by the way, the record. And I believe he's the most expensive Italian midfielder of all time for this generation. Because I know quality players back in the old Italian team that would have like smashed this record in the modern day era, such as Rino Gattuso, Muro Camoranesi, and the master, of course, Andrea Pirlo. If Andrea Pirlo played in this era at the age of 25, 26 years old, if Tottenham were to buy a player of this quality, they would have to pay probably 130 million pounds. I'm just saying. But anyway, and speaking of transfers, it was a pleasure to watch Rafael Leao in the match of Portugal versus Croatia. He actually had the assist to allow Gonzalo Ramos, who's now an AC Milan player from Paris Saint-Germain, to score the winning goal at stoppage time for Portugal to save him from the embarrassment of drawing and going to extra time, perhaps PK, what they could have lost. They have a good goalkeeper, but it was a thrill to watch Rafael Leao operate on that left flank, deliver the pass to Gonzalo Ramos. Respect to you. And free betting tips for the night, guys. There is a match tonight at 9:30, and they may change the time start because of the temperature. In North America, we are getting nailed right now by this heat wave, and especially if you're in the East Coast like me, it's a mess. I'm walking outside and some thin threads from Topman. Shout out to Topman, by the way. Thanks for some good t-shirt, bro. This thing keep me cool. Yes, $30 well spent. But some people, I hope that you are keeping staying cool. The reason I choose to record in this, like, look at my surrounding right here. Okay, I'm surrounded by the trees. This is how it's supposed to be. Why do I choose this venue like this? I like to be in the woods on some Yoda shit. While it's hot, if I step outside right now, or where I'm at, it's already 108 degrees. I'm trying to avoid the heat wave as much as I can. I got my Eska sparkling water with me and the ice pack in the back of my bag. Man, I'm trying to stay as cool as possible. But to get back to the game of Ghana versus tonight, Ghana will be the underdog, but I would like them to get the win tonight. But if Ghana loses tonight, folks, 1 second. Why are you trying to text me right now? I'm recording something right now. So Ghana versus Colombia tonight. Respecto a la gente, al país de Colombia. Respecto a todos. But I want to go with the underdog today, just to show I'm not playing. This is how I see it tonight. +1, +2 Ghana. The game will not go to extra time. If the scoreline is 1-0, 2-1, you might cash out big tonight. But put the money on Ghana, win or lose. The game will not go to extra time. They will give Colombia a fight. Colombia is the hot favorite to win this game tonight, 1-0 or 2-1. But go with the underdog. Me, I'm a heavy underdog guy. That's the way I like it. So let's resume again the transfer I was talking about. This is the Tonali and Mateus Fernandes confirmed by Tottenham Hotspur. It is done. They got two of the best midfielders in the Premier League at White Hart Lane. And as for goalkeeper, Tottenham are reaching £300 million money spent on players over the last 2 weeks. This is concerning for Arsenal fans. Again, Tottenham is making some big moves. And now the next target is this young man here, James Trafford at Manchester City, as a long-term replacement for the Italian goalkeeper Vicario, and they will get the deal done. Me, I posted it on Twitter that we need to investigate Tottenham to know where they're getting all this money from. Expression that show respect to my cousin Expression. He was like, "You guys should feel sorry now that we didn't get relegated." Tottenham don't scare me. They never did. They never will. Let me remind you, young man, Arsenal is the Premier League defending champion. The team's already in place. My only concern is this for Arsenal. In the World Cup, I was watching this recent. I was watching England train, and from the last match, I saw Declan Rice walking with a limp. That scares the hell out of me because you need Declan to be fit. So, from what I'm hearing, Declan Rice and Bukayo Saka may be out until November. Not out because they're severely injured. Out because awkward. They haven't been rested. So, To have them rested proper, based on what I'm hearing, Arteta would like to give them about. Arteta would like to give them about a week, a couple of months off to regather their strength and get back on the pitch and do what they do. One second. So that's the plan for Mikel Arteta when it comes to these two players, Bukayo Saka and Declan Rice. Now, to all the Arteta lists, at Arsenal we have this ongoing battle between Wenger loyalists and Mikel Arteta's new regime. I'm not going to protest Mikel Arteta's new regime. I just question things. Can this man defend the title he just won? To solidify his status as the supremo manager in North London and to step out of Guardiola and Arsene Wenger's shadow, George Graham's as well, as the Arsenal's greatest manager of all time. Because why? Andre Alberta did something that Mikel Arteta would never done. He would never, I said never done, he would never do this by his own free will. Before the arrival of Andre Alberta, this young man here was Mikel Arteta's golden goose. And the gentleman I speak of is Martin Odegaard. This morning I woke up and I saw the update on the transfers, which I do every day on ESPN.co.uk, Transfer Live, you name it, I'm on it. Did you know that Odegaard has agreed personally to sign with Galatasaray? Now all they are waiting on is for Arsenal to give the okay to sign the player for £40 million. Martin Odegaard, thank you for serving Arsenal over the last 6 years. It is time for a divorce, and I'm going to wish you the best of luck in your future endeavor at Galatasaray in Turkey. You will have fun playing over there with Leroy Sané and Victor Osimhen if he's still there by the time you arrive. But the thing is, Ebenezer Eze has come to North London, promised us a title last summer. He delivered on his word. Now he's the leading center attacking midfielder at Arsenal, being deputized by Kai Havertz. I just wanted you guys to know this, if you were the Arteta guys. But it was Andre Berta's call. It was not Mikel Arteta's call. He probably came to the office at the Colney to train the day and saw this. It was like, Andre, come Mourinho, we have to talk. Well, guess what? The player is gone. So, Odegaard, you're a good guy. It's just that this team, where Arsenal is heading right now, they needed to upgrade their stuff, so they got it done. Eze, at 28 years old now, is the Dennis Bergkamp of this modern day era of the Arsenal. And speaking of transfer, I was able to look at the neighbor up north, Manchester United, our forever rival from the old days and the modern day era. Even though they're not making noise, but they still need to be feared and respected because the name Manchester United ring bells. Shout out to my boy Rensolini, Expressions brother. Rents always say this: football heritage. I never understood what that meant until Arsenal recently won the league. I never knew the meaning of that word, football heritage, until recently Barcelona pulled a back-to-back La Liga win. Manchester United is back under Michael Carrick. Forget Tottenham doing these major signings. Tottenham is doing this out of panic. Manchester United are strategically signing players. Because Michael Carrick was one of Alex Ferguson's captains. You forgot. So these ideas of the players that he wants to sign are actually coming from the Scotsman himself. Oh yeah. Baleba at Brighton. As a midfielder, they want to sign him at Manchester United to replace Casemiro. Alright, with with the Brazilian that they signed, Ederson, which is a good signing. Tchouameni has been made available, and guess who was the first team to scout Tchouameni before the end of the season, back in April? Manchester United. So if United can pull two out of these three names that is mentioned, Tottenham's transfer will be for nothing. Let's keep our eyes posted. But with that being said, sticking at Manchester United is the saga of this young man, Marcus Rashford. According to what I'm hearing, Manchester United is looking to replace Marcus Rashford with Rafael Leao based on the performance that they saw yesterday from Leao for Portugal. They would like him to replace Marcus Rashford. Barcelona has made contact to Rafael Leao. Arsenal has made contact to Rafael Leao because they're looking for a proper winger to replace both Martinelli and Leandro Trossard. We'll keep our eyes posted on these transfers. As always, I will keep you all posted. Folks, that was it when it comes to episode number 17th or 18th for me. I hit my 20-minute mark. Today, I would like to thank my mom. That meal last night was ridiculous. And that lady, well, I told her, I said, once I hit that multi-million, you get in a restaurant because respect to my mama, shout out. And respect to, I want to give a big shout out to my entire Spanish squad. Shout out to Spain, Viva España, and I hope that you want to welcome and Kubasi and Laporte at the back, Cucurella and Pedro Porro from top. I'm looking at one of Spain's greatest defense of all time. I don't see any leak. So far, 0 goals against Spain. Perfect tournament so far. Let's keep it that way until July 19th. Avanza España, forza. Viva mi equipo. And buenas noches a todos, buenas tardes a todos. It depends on where you come from. It's freaking calor out here. Protect yourself from the heat wave. And hasta la próxima. Un saludo a todos. A mi gente. Ole.